So far in this series on finding soul alignment and a greater sense of fulfillment, we have spoken about how our souls are an intrinsic divine part of us that hold a great amount of universal knowledge that for the most part hasn't quite awoken in our human brains yet. That we are all specifically, uniquely designed for a particular soul purpose or soul pull, and that when we are living on our soul path or in alignment with our soul pull, then we have a greater sense of that fulfillment in our lives. That setting goals based on our human wants or lacks actually grows that sense of lacking or missing something in our lives. And that what we need to do is some internal digging to work out what the underlying emotional imbalance is under that human tangible want. How the universe will prompt us both gently and firmly to make sure that we are aware of these imbalances and that you have the choice to either continue your habitual low frequency loop or the choice to take radical responsibility for your life by finding things that you love and appreciate in yourself and in your life now, and therefore increasing your magnetism or electric pull of more things that you love and appreciate to be present in your future. But taking radical responsibility for your own life isn't always as simple as it sounds, because for the most part, we genuinely have not been taught to, and that's not your fault. In most cases, we've gone from doing what our parents tell us to do, to doing what our teachers tell us to do, to doing what our bosses tell us to do, and then likely becoming parents who are focused on telling their children what to do. Rarely are we told or asked, what does your heart tell you? If you are lucky, you might be told to trust your gut, which I'm going to translate to trust your intuition, which is hands down the best advice that anyone can ever give to you. Ideally, we want to get to a place where we can trust our gut and that your gut becomes louder than all of the external influences that have their volume turned way up and that have a significant program over our habitual responses. Think about if your doorbell rang right now. It would get your attention, you would turn, you might get up and go. And you respond instinctually. You didn't have to think about that response. You didn't give yourself permission to get up and go. You just habitually do. We're the same with our phones, we're the same at work, we're the same when we drive. We have developed these subconscious responses all day long. When we can begin to identify our physical patterns, we can see how significantly they are affecting our daily lives, how significantly we are on autopilot and not taking radical responsibility for our lives. And if that is true of our physical patterns, it is most certainly true of our emotional patterns. Do you always wake up the same way? Do you feel unmotivated or tired as soon as you wake up? Is your work day shaped by the mood or in reaction to someone else? Do you cry easily at TV or commercials? Any number of things can affect our emotional states without us consciously giving them permission to affect us. So another great step in becoming fulfilled or aligned in your life is to become more aware of your daily patterns and how these external factors are influencing you, both physically and emotionally. When we want to look at our goals or our wants or what we think is missing, we want to drill down into that emotional imbalance as we've discussed, the underlying want. Then you can begin to see the patterns in different areas of your life. So is there a sense, say, of a feeling of needing security? That might come up in your financial life, and it also might come up in your romantic life or your underlying want as to why you want a romantic partner. Is there a behavior pattern of feeling like you want to be liked? That might show up at work, but it also might show up in your social circles. Once you can work out these imbalances and begin to set goals based on how you want to feel, not what you think is missing in your life, this will start to fill your cup from the inside out. You'll start to make a library of all the things, all the blessings that you do have in your life, all the elements of safety, all the things that give you joy, what you have control over, where your energy lies, where your love lies, or whatever you want. You'll begin to see that level of fulfillment rise and rise and rise. And if you would like tailored, specific, intuitive guidance and personalized tools to build that heart-led filter system so that you can spend your time only doing things that align with your soul purpose and soul pull, and not spend your time on things that you are told should make you happy but never actually do. If you want to see the perfection of your life through Source's eyes, then I am here to help give you that guidance in any of my one-on-one sessions. And I hope to see you there.